Oi, you know what time it is? You're tuned in listening to That Aussie Metal Guy. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his content when it drops. And remember, stay brutal, you mad dogs. Roof!
G'day, legend. It is Jai, that Aussie Metal Guy here with Crannk'd, and we're getting cranked up with a couple of absolute forces in the South Australian metal scene, Ethan and Cindy, co-owners of Realm of Thorns Promotions. These two have been working tirelessly to build something truly powerful in the local heavy community and for Australia and South Australia in general, with back-to-back events coming up this weekend. The Ritual on the Friday, June 13th, and the Unholy Beast that is due to be unfurled upon us all, Blood Sacrifice 2, June 14th. They're putting their passion for full metal and for the Adelaide metal scene on full display. Ethan also is a guitarist in Sons of Erebus, who are on the Ritual bill, if that isn't enough. So we're going to be talking about the band, the gigs, the blood, sweat, and the blast beats that it takes to keep this scene alive. So let's rip into it, guys. How's both going?
Fantastic today, man. Apart from the fucking cold.
Yeah, bloody cold. Thanks for having us.
We won't be worried about the cold when we're at Blood Sacrifice and the Ritual.
Nah, not at all.
We're too busy moshing the fuck up. Can you both tell us about how Realm of Thorns first started for you both? What sparked the idea?
Well, actually, funnily enough, it's we came up with the idea after Sons of Erebus played their first show with Timmy B, Seven Hells. On the way home from that show, I said to Cindy, I want to do this again. Let's do this again. And we were both working at the West Adelaide Footy Club at the time. So we went and talked to the CEO and we're just like, do you mind if we put a gig on the Mound Bar at the Oval? And she's like, yeah, all right. So, yeah, our first gig was Christ Dismembered, Shadow Monarchy, Sons of Erebus, Stoved, Smoke No Fire, Bifurcation, I think, was on that
What a
one.
lineup for our first one. That was amazing.
It was it was fantastic. And then we did a couple there and we're just like, you know what, we really, really love this. So kept moving forward and here we are.
So what were those first shows like that you put on? You know, did that set the tone for what you kind of wanted to do going forward and what you didn't want to do?
Yeah, so all right, so those shows were like, they were so old school, like, because it was just it was a rectangular empty room with one bar chick, and that's it. There was nothing else. It was just, we had to bring in all the PA. We had no stage. It was just like people had to walk past the stage to go to the women's toilets. You know, like it was
amazing.
And it was just like, that's really like, because we were like, this is so cool. It's so much of an old school like backyard gig kind of feel. Like it was just so much fun, and we're like, yeah, we love the feeling of this. This is like, we're putting on all these bands that we love to listen to, and it's just like, you know, it was just having that atmosphere where, like, I mean, we had the Mound Bar at the fucking West Adelaide Footy Club with 180 metal dudes in there.
Yeah.
You know, like
such
it was
a vibe.
Yeah, it was just like, this is amazing. So yeah, definitely
went from there.
Yeah.
How important is it to have that support, like, of a venue starting and then having that? You've obviously got a lot of connections. You're pretty well known in the Adelaide local scene, and having that starting up those events as well.
We are extremely lucky.
Absolutely.
Like, we are so lucky with that, because it just ended up being at the end of footy season.
Yep.
So there was no footy on. They had all this. So they had all this extra stock because they had hosted an AFL game. It was I think it was like a showdown with the reserves or something. So it was and they ordered like 6 pallets of Carlton Draft and Great Northern, they're a West End venue, so they can't sell it. So they were just like, yeah, do your shows and sell all this for us. But we're very lucky in the sense that Connie, who was the CEO at Westies at the time, she's got such a history in live music. Like, she used to run Fringe and stuff, like, so she was definitely eager to help us out with starting up. And it just so happened that everything just fell into place really early on.
It's aligned, really.
Yeah, because that was the end of August, and then we had our first festival at the end of January.
That was a wild ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that one like?
Oh, that was insane. That was Cosmic Wasteland at the Bridgeway. We had the Bridgeway for 15 bands, headlined by Hybrid Nightmares. Had
Yes.
Nicolas Cage Fighter on it. Hidden
Oh,
Intent. Was
all
so
great
good.
bands too. And I've
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
them at New Dead Metal Fest. So it's important for shows like and festivals of what you guys are putting on, especially for the local scene there. It's absolutely integral. For me, it was going to like a heavy SA years ago and then going in and just seeing the fucking the talent we had here in South Australia. I was just like, oh yeah, can you write a guest review for this webzine? Crank, it was from a guy I knew from Sweden and a guy I went to school with, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, and I was just so fucking excited and just pumped up after seeing all these bands that we had here in our own fucking backyard that they're like, dude, you just keep writing for us. And I ended up 9, 10 years later, I now own the webzine and took it over. It's like,
Yeah.
it's definitely a thing of passion and drive. And on the same note, it is for you guys. You start where you start. You probably have some big, lofty ambitions of kind of where you want to go as well.
Well, yeah, if it wasn't for Cindy, I think I would have run us into the ground already.
She's the anchor. That's good. We all need
Yeah,
an anchor.
I have the first blood sacrifice that we put together. I think my list of bands was 45
Yeah.
bands. And she's like, we can't do that. And I'm like, sure we
Reel it
can.
in a little bit, just a bit.
I'm like, sure we can. We did the math, and the only way we're going to be able to afford the cost of it was to have like $85, $90 tickets. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's ever since day one, we're just always looking forward to the next one. We're always planning ahead. If we have a month where we're not doing anything, it feels wrong.
Yeah.
Like it feels really wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
But
when
at
it
the
comes
same
to
time-
planning the shows, is like, how does that work with you both? Do you wear different hats? What how's it work on behind the scenes there?
Well, usually what happens, so Cindy and we're very different. I use the PC for everything,
Yeah.
and Cindy still has her notebook, what she
I'm a
writes in.
diary person. I write everything down.
So it ends up being, yeah.
Yeah.
But it ends up being like, I mean, we're partners, we live together, so we're always around each other. But like, maybe once a week we go, hey, I got an idea. Oh yeah, I got an idea too. And we sit down with her book and my computer, and we're figuring it out and see what works, see what doesn't, and then see if we can make it into something.
He tends to be the dreamer
Yeah.
with a list a mile long, and I'll be like, okay, well, let's take about half of that and let's make a show out of it, realistically.
Yeah, I'm like, let's do a local 60
Yeah.
people show with the Amenta headlining or something.
Oh, so good. So good. How good's the Aussie scene off? We'll get into that anyway. What's been one of the proudest moments of you guys so far with Realm of Thorns? Not so far, because we've still got plenty more shows ahead of us.
Oh, I don't know. We've had
quite a few proud moments.
We've been almost every show. There's something that stands out that really, like we realize that, like we're always like, even now we're like, we got blood sacrifice coming up and all that, and we're always like, do people even want to come to our shows? Like,
there's always that element of doubt initially, and then the ball gets rolling, and it's like, and you see all the feedback, and it's like, oh yeah, people do actually love this. That's great.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely crazy not to want to go to one of your shows.
Absolutely, yeah, no, it's good. It's good value actually for $30. Honestly, this blood sacrifice.
I think a thing that stood out a lot was. So when we started, it was really difficult to get people to jump on board a show.
Yep.
Like we had people
trust a newbie.
Yeah, we had people like Henry from Christ Dismembered. He was right on board from the get go. He was like, he's an absolute legend. But I think when we did, I think it was last year's Metal United Down Under, and that was massive. That was like 13 bands.
Yeah.
Yep.
And every band that we asked said yes straight away. And we're like, and that was a moment where we're just like, everyone like everyone we asked, they're just like, absolutely, we want to be part of it. So it's like went from, you know, oh, maybe not, maybe, oh, we're probably looking to go somewhere else and all this. And then all of a sudden this show comes along, which was Metal United Down Under, and 13 bands all said yes. Like Witch Grinder, Dead Space, you know, first time asking them and they're just like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was a really good feeling. Yeah.
What a great event too. It's like a metal show everywhere in Australia and all the cities anyway. Try to at least on the same day, you know what I mean? It's a really cool one. It was really good he was doing the one Metal United worldwide, and then they kind of bloody had COVID and kind of slowed everything down for the poor bloke. It was really fucking good. Metal United Down Under is still kicking along really well. So let's talk about the ritual. How did this Friday night pre-show come about? How do you go into picking out this particular lineup?
Well, it started off, we asked Kimura to be part of Blood Sacrifice. And they were like, yeah, absolutely. But can you hook us up with a second show? Because we're coming all the way from WA. It's a lot of money dropped in. And we're just like, I think we had only just, like when we read this email from them, we had just gotten off of Facebook and only just heard of Unit 3. And so we're like, oh shit, let's go and ask. They're like, yeah, absolutely. Any excuse to do another gig. And then, went and got hold of Unit 3 and they're just like, yeah, absolutely, let's do it. And then we knew that we had to be there. So I was like, let's chuck Sons of Erebus on it, make the other boys suffer just so because I have to be there. Then we contacted Tyler from Tonguebiter because we're massive fans of Tonguebiter.
Yeah, I've seen Tonguebiter as well.
And they were like, yeah, absolutely. They hadn't done anything in a while. They just released their EP, I think, that day. And then, Spectrals, Scarcophagus, and Abendrot are all members down south. So we were just like, we asked Spectrals if they wanted to be part of it, and they were like, absolutely. Scarcophagus boys, same deal. They were like, 100%, we're down. And then Abendrot, I believe we put up a post on Facebook asking for a local down south band, and they hit us up. And obviously, I'm huge into like the raw black metal, like, you know. And then as soon as I hear that, it sounds like it's recorded on a potato, and I'm like, fuck yeah! Like so, but yeah, this is like I'm from Hackham, so I'm from two suburbs over from the Unit 3.
Okay.
So
where is it? Well, because I seen that Unit 3 and I'm like, oh fucking, is it down Davo's? Down Unit 3 down. He's got some flats down there. We just fucking
so it's Unit 3 because it's Unit 377 on O'Sullivan's Beach Road in Lonsdale.
Okay, cool.
So,
fantastic venue.
Oh, it's unreal, and the staff there are great. Like they're like amazing people, and must say I could, like, first time we went there I almost didn't leave because some of the stuff they have on tap is unreal. Like they got an alcoholic version of Kirk's brown creamy soda.
Oh nice. I
and
like that when I was drinking.
I was just smashing the pints back. I said to Cindy, nah, we'll go soon.
Yeah, that could get quite dangerous. I like creaming soda, but I don't drink anymore. So,
oh man, they had like raspberry sours. They had
all based on the Kirk's range.
Yeah, they had the whole Kirk's range. Yeah, lemon twist, Passiona, and all that. It was dangerous, but
dangerous.
We went and seen. Who was that? It was Greedy Bunch of Parasites, Terra Axis, and Mount Void. We went and seen that show about 2-3 weeks ago.
About that.
And mate, like they got an in-house sound guy for that, and it just sounds mint. Like sound there was fantastic. The atmosphere is fantastic. The crowd's awesome. So we're very keen to see how this one goes down. We've actually sold quite a few tickets to this one, but
keen to take down south.
Yeah, first time south of the city actually. Like the furthest south we've ever put on a show was West Adelaide.
Yeah, well, there's no excuses. That's not too far. I come up from the Riverland, mate. I'm like traveling 300 k's for a gig, so I don't see why anyone can't travel from where they are in Adelaide to a little gig over south there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And how important is it to have those connections with these venues? Because I
Yeah.
know post-COVID, like all over the world, I think it was like 3% less live music venues that all
Yep.
kind of shut up then and as we were reopening, there were less venues putting on metal shows, and then we've had the Enigma close, and a
Yeah.
few other venues have been closing. So, how important is it to have venues like that in the city, but not only in the city, like down south and in other areas of Adelaide, to be able to put on these metal shows, not just a
Absolutely.
cover band and not just someone press and play on their deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always on the lookout for new venues for that reason in particular. I mean, it's one thing to find a venue that will do live music, but another one, another thing altogether, if you find one that will do like heavy or extreme metal, not all welcome that, which I understand. But yeah, no, we're always on the lookout, and we're always dropping into locations and asking, how they feel about putting on a metal show, and
Yeah.
that's how we find a lot of these places.
A lot of the like family owned businesses or something like that, they're all of them are so keen to do it. Like they're usually the most eager to put on something different, to try something new. I think the weirdest place we've ever put a show on is we put a show on in the front bar at the Hampstead Hotel once.
Oh, wow.
Like that one was because I was working there at the time, and even the front baries, they're just like, the fuck are you doing with that in my bar? And it's like, but
That was a good night
that
though.
was a fantastic night. But yeah, I've like, because we are always about like, I mean, we're a small business, so we want to support other small businesses in all ranges. So if we can put a show on at a place where 80 people rock up, 50 of which have never heard of the place, 20 of which remember it and tend to go back regularly afterwards, then that means those 10 are now their regulars. Like, so it's helping.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way we look at it as well.
It's about lifting each other up and supporting
Yeah.
each other in the scene and the community. I know you guys kind of feel the same as me. It's all, if we can all kind of work together and kind of lift other people up as well, then that's kind of what we want to do in this world, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
so Blood Sacrifice 2, the main event, it looks absolutely bloody huge. A stacked lineups, like 15 bands, all happening at TIA Live. What was the vision behind this event? It is the second one.
So it's a long story, but
I like long stories.
yeah. So Blood Sacrifice to us, we kind of got into the name of it as Blood Sacrifice because like all throughout history, all around the world, with people who have never seen or heard of each other for centuries, they all perform some type of blood ritual, blood sacrifice. Like, so we viewed that as like translated into the metal community, death metal, doom metal, black metal, thrash metal, no matter what, rock, hard rock, if you're part of this, you are part of a family, you're part of a, like, and it's not just for us, like we consider it like worldwide. If you're that, you're already part of our family. So that's where blood sacrifice comes from, really. But yeah, and we're just like, also because it sounds fucking cool.
It sounds metal.
Damn straight. Tell me if you're the bands about that you're really hyped for on the bill, because like there's so many fucking great bands on this list. I'll go through a few of mine, but
yeah, do it, man, do it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, well, I'm keen as fuck for Frankenbach. I seen them back, dude. That was second gig I seen them. Would have been, I think it was 2000 or 2001 with Slayer and Machine Head. Frankenbach was support, dude. That was an absolutely ripping show, and I've seen Frankenbach a bunch of times when they've come over to Adelaide, and they always put on a fucking ripping bloody show, and then Adam's back on vocals with them as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just gonna be absolutely amazing. You've got a stack lineup. You've got Deprivation to bring in there, some groove there as well, and Headbore. Like, it can't be a fucking year in Adelaide if, look, everyone, I'm taking over the interview here. Can't be a year in Adelaide if you haven't seen Headbore and Hidden Intent. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
this is going to be the third time I've seen them this year, and I couldn't be bloody more excited as well. Then Cunt Squad. Like, man,
Yes.
what a ripping lineup, dude. Tell me a little bit about getting these together and kind of the interstate bands you brought in. What was all that like?
Well, on this, as far as Frankenbot goes, Frankenbot for me is pretty much the same thing. Saw him early 2000s, first time. And then I reckon every time they've come to Adelaide since they released The End of All You Know, I reckon I've seen every show in Adelaide since then.
Yeah.
Like, I love their stuff. I had to throw out one of my Frankenbox shirts the other day because it's just gone.
Yeah.
It's gone to hell. I had the Cheers, Beers and Beards shirt, and the whole thing's just disintegrated. But I absolutely love Cunt Squad. Like, I think, like, you know, that's such, like, it's my kind of filthy, dirty black metal crust punk. Like, I love it. But you know, Seminal Embalmment. Justin's a legend, and like, I love that like slam death metal. It's amazing. But funny thing actually is Deprivation for this show is we've been trying to get Deprivation on a show in Adelaide since 2023. But every time we've contacted them, we've never lined up. Like, someone's either not available on that end, or it's not working out for us here. So yeah, when we contacted them, and they were just like, yeah, we'll be on it, and I was just like, thank fuck for that. So but oh man, that, like, I mean, we're mates with most people in the bands. Like, we love, like, Terror Axis guys are great. Ascend from Darkness guys are amazing. Like, Broken Loose, I mean, Kyle's our drummer in Sons of Erebus, so but I mean, you know, it's going to be amazing to see Kimura. It's their first time coming to South Australia, so we get to see them twice. So that's awesome. But yeah, like, Headbore's new album, Cindy's cranking it all the time. Hidden Intent's new album, I'm cranking that one all the time. Like, but Hell Machine as well.
Machine,
like
the two,
you know,
you got
this one's for
Firefly as
Satan.
well.
Yeah.
Firefly from New South Wales as well.
Yeah.
We didn't mention they're cool. A big shout out to them guys. They actually played on a benefit concert for me when I was going through all my cancer
Oh,
treatment.
no shit.
Wow, that's
Yeah, dude. So it'll be good to go over and catch them guys. I've been meaning to, like, catch them in person, so it'll be good to see them boys and go thank you for what they did as well. A few bands in Sydney got together and put on a show. A band, Hell's Lisa Perry, got behind it and got a few bands together and up raising a bit of money for my treatment and that, which was really good. So
that's amazing, man. No, that's so good. But yeah, and I mean, we put it like bluntly, is we put on shows of bands we want to see. Like, you know, so it's like,
well, with a bill like this, do you think you've got a nice variety in there as well of bands? You know what I mean? Like, it'd be great sometimes to go, let's just put on like 15 death metal bands. It'd be awesome, or 15 black metal bands, and man, you would probably love it, dude. Yeah, we'd love it, dude. You know what I mean? But like, it's also good to go to events like this and have a little bit of variety and walk away and go, fuck, okay, and I come here to see like Cunt Squad or a couple of these other bands, and then you walk away going, man, Kimura ripped it. You buy a new shirt and you go back and tell 10 of your mates, and going to these shows are just, you know, and getting that lineup. Tell me a little bit about setting a lineup and stacking that, and how much thought you put into that, because it must take a bit, and especially the logistics behind the scenes. And fuck, these guys must be so busy.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Blood Sacrifice is our mixed bag show, really.
Yeah.
You know, we like putting a whole bunch of different, like, you know, mixed genres together. Ethan's like really the brains behind that, I must be honest. He knows a lot of the bands from back in the day and knows what they're all about. And he suggests them all to me, and I'll look them up and like study them all and be like, okay, yes, this, that. And, but no, Ethan really is the brains behind it. And he's fantastic about that. No, we're looking at adding another member to our Realm of Thorns family. We're looking at putting on another show. It's a bit under the radar at the moment, but it'll be more towards the black metal sort of genre.
Blood sacrifice, but black metal, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sort of a mini announcement, but not sort of, but that's what we're looking at doing. But yeah, no, it's hard sort of getting, you have so many bands, but there's only so much room on the lineup. It's trying to choose who you want to put on is really difficult at times.
The big one is planning that far in advance.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you've been following us, so you've probably seen that flyer's changed about 4 times. So Sedulous weren't able to do it, so they had to come off and then we had Beyond Stealth on it, and then they split up. So then we got Terra Axis for that, and then stuff just didn't work out with Lonely Empire, so we ended up having to replace them. So it's basically plan early enough that you not left to the last minute to replace a band, but
shit still happens.
This one especially, like, you can actually tell just my youth in this lineup, like Frankenbach up at the top, like Deprivation right next to him, so it's like the groovier side of death metal and all, but then, we also got like Hell Machine up there, I've just like, so it's kind of like just trying to put them together without putting them, like, you don't want to listen to 4 death metal bands, then 4 black metal bands, then 6 thrash bands, then 3 heavy metal bands.
Yep.
It's more about getting the variety, but yeah, also, you don't want to put all the best ones on too soon, or else people fuck off by 5.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's important for fans to get along, I think, and support the whole day as well. I know it's a long slog, especially for people like me that don't drink, but I love it, dude. I love getting along. And the thing is, going to shows like this, it's like a family kind of sense, my Adelaide metal family. I don't see anyone back here in the Riverland. I go down to shows down there, especially shows like this. I see people like yourself and a whole bunch of amazing people of the scene. So it's not only am I seeing 15 great bands, I'm seeing all these awesome people that are just great to talk to. There's so much fucking good merch, people. You got to take lots of dollars with you. That's another
that's problem.
Have you seen
piece of
some of the
advice.
new one?
Oh yeah, dude. No, I haven't.
We got shout out to Ozzy from Apocalyptic Annihilation. He designed it, but it's got Parasite on the front with blood and pus pouring out of machete in its forehead.
I like shirts like that because it's like you really got to pick when you bloody wear them, eh?
Oh yeah, well, it says horrific fucking penetration on the back, so definitely choose your place.
Yeah.
But like we've been squirreling away some money just for the merch for this, man. We're like,
that's the trouble when you run gigs. You go to so many, and there's merch every single time, so you got to set yourself a budget every time.
Frankenbach have just re-released Greetings and Salutations on vinyl and CD, but they're not going to have them there. I think they might have the CDs, but not the vinyls. So if you want to get that, pre-order it. But I'm keeping an eye on the merch because every time I see Hidden Intent, I'm like, I need to get a vinyl, but I fucking had to put petrol in the car, or I had to buy this, that, and the other, and I'm like, damn it, every single time. But I think I think the best thing with these kind of shows is, especially if the band's there for 12 hours, it's a long slog for a band.
Yep.
But that's 10 and a half hours where they're not on stage or getting ready, that they can sell more merch to people that don't usually see them.
Yep.
Like, and that's how we look at it as well. Is it's like that's more money to the bands through their merch. So, and a lot of it is going to come from us.
Let's face it. Yeah, you're right.
Playing live is absolutely huge. And like, because these days with all the streaming cycles, it's just like, oh, let's give away more music. But going along and supporting shows like what Realm of Thorns are putting on, going along, supporting these events, supporting these local shows like you guys are putting on with these great bands from all over Australia, is like putting on those shows and supporting these venues, going along, supporting these promoters and supporting these bands, buying that merch is integral to how we keep this scene going strong, and especially the bands as well. And when you go to these shows and you have these connections with people, like I had that connection with like doing what I was doing as a guest reviewer, you never know what kind of connection you're going to make with your fans or with the people out in the audience as well, and where that's going to go for them, just your bit of music.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, it's we've made some great mates off of shows, like
Absolutely.
people who we may have stood next to at a bar at another show, but we've never really communicated with. But shout out to Rudy, like
Really strong.
he's a
Yeah.
legend.
Yes.
Like until this, like we
Yeah.
didn't really know Rudy, but now it's like like we get that all the time. Like it's fantastic. But I mean, like especially like you were saying about the venues, this tier live. This
Yep.
is not a typical, like, not a venue you expect to see metal at, and this place is like made for big music.
Yeah, I've never been there. That was one of my questions, so I'm glad you
Yeah,
said on it, man. Like, where is it? What's the venue like? I was a little bit like, and a few other people were like, because we've never been to a metal show there. So tell us about this venue, and it's good you get one there.
yeah. So it's on Hindley Street, like for oh,
Is it up towards where the old Enigma Way is? Is that general
not
direction?
that
Or
far down. It's almost there though. I reckon it's it's between Strats and the Rosie.
okay,
For
yeah.
locals, yeah.
But where Australia Pizza House is in the where the old Greater Union used to be, and the big
Oh,
bunker
I
there.
know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's on the left, up on the first floor, off to the
Oh,
left. It was
nice.
the old oh shit, I can't remember. I can't remember what it was.
We'll
But it
just
was
say it was one of the old missions of the churches there. Wasn't there
yeah,
like a church in there at some
yeah,
stage?
yeah.
It's
I
now.
think it might have been. It might have been actually, but like we went because we went in and spoke to Depeche, the owner. He's
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
Yep.
But yeah, he's wanted to put metal on there, and we're just like, well, we can give you metal, mate. Like,
Yeah.
um, nah, he fantastic dude, very understanding and accommodating with everything, and like the venue itself, 465 capacity, so that's almost the size of Fowler's, really.
Oh, nice.
And it doesn't look it like it's just upstairs in a like tucked away in a corner, but it's like their setup is amazing, like 10 meter by 5 meter stage, huge open room, like it's gonna be an awesome feeling in that venue.
Oh, it's always exciting when another venue and owner wants to step into that void as well. So we all
Yeah,
got to get along and support them and you guys as well.
yeah. Well, when we went there, Depeche was really stoked, and he gave us a tour around the whole venue while they were setting up for a show. So, but yeah, like we're so happy to work with them, and we're hoping to do a few more with them in the future because this one's going pretty well. But yeah, like it's like you were saying earlier, venues are just they
Yeah.
come and go and they're disappearing. Like the Crank is shutting for 2 years for Renos, but I think they're moving. They're doing it at Ed Castle. I think they're
Yeah.
moving to Ed Castle, but But yeah, some venues just like Enigma just didn't do it. Like Velvet Underground,
Yeah.
they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they're closed. So yeah, we're hoping for support for this one.
Yeah.
You know, get a backbone behind the metal scene in this new venue, and you know, people show up, and maybe there'll be more in the future. You know.
yeah,
Yeah, well, we should all get along and support shows like this, as I've mentioned a whole bunch of times. I'm going to keep mentioning as we keep going through this. It is the week leading up to these shows. What's it look like for you guys? You just kind of get to sit back a little bit, or do you just kind of go a little bit into overdrive worry mode?
so pretty much the last couple of days, we finish the day, go to bed, go to sleep, and then about 3 hours after laying down, I'm just like, "You still awake?" And she's like, "Yep," because we're still thinking about it, like because like we until that last moment of Frankenbach on stage, like that's we're
Pre-gig jitters.
yeah, like I mean, we would
Oh,
be completely lost if we didn't have people like Corno or
Yeah,
Benny doing sound.
absolutely.
Like we would be fucked.
yep.
No, we're pretty like we've gotten used to it. Like we've got like Cosmic Wasteland. That one almost killed us just the
Oh,
build up to it because we were just like
Our very first festival
yeah,
ever.
never didn't know what to think, what to do. We're just like, oh my god, let's just run with it.
Yeah.
At least this time we've actually got a grasp on the situation. But
Some experience.
yeah, but I mean, we've got day jobs we got to go to. Like
did you?
I've got.
You
Sorry,
were in
what?
hospitality as well, weren't you? You mentioned you were a bartender. So do you think that kind of helped as well, your experience? Because I've done function supervisor. I was a waiter for a number of years. I've been in hospitality for years. And
Yeah,
I know that I was always anxious right up until the very end of it
yeah,
all. And you'd be just 100-fold that with your festival and putting that on. So you'd just be in go mode, like right up
yeah,
until that end, probably even till the doors close. Like make
yeah,
sure
pretty
everyone
much.
gets out safely and nothing's happened and the bands are all good and
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're in for it this weekend because yeah, like you said, with the ritual, Sons of Erebus are headline in that one. So backline for that show is the backline um, for Blood Sacrifice. So we're finishing that show up down south around midnight. Then we're trekking over into Tia to go and set the backline up. Then we're going to go home and sleep for a bit. Then we're going to be back at the venue at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Like so, we're not even gonna have the energy to be worried about it.
Way too old
Honestly,
for that.
yeah, we're way too old for that. We do this and we like want bed by the time the second to last band's on. Oh shit.
oh yeah, dude, that's for sure. And I've got to give your band a plug as well. You're playing with Sons of Erebus. Tell us quickly for the listeners, how did this all start? How did that band start, man? And where does it sit stylistically for you, man?
Well, that Sons of Erebus actually started out of COVID.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to make some music, so I started writing guitars and doing stuff, and I actually started Sons of Erebus as Vessel of Charon. And
Very
then
black.
yeah, and then yeah, put like I said to Cindy one day, I don't want to keep playing music by myself. I want to be in a band, so I put it up on Facebook, and this drummer contacted me. And yeah, we jammed and it went really well. Then I think, yeah, the second practice we had Paul on board, and then the
Yep.
third practice we had Sam on board. So, 3 weeks after putting it together, we had a full lineup. And then our original drummer quit about 18 months ago. And then we got Kyle in. Like Kyle had already learnt like two or three of our songs. He already knew how to play them.
Yeah,
We're
he's an
like,
insane little drummer, man.
he's
I was watching his
incredible.
at the Velvet, and I was like, he's
Yeah, he's
ripping it
incredible.
there, dude.
Like unreal drummer. But we got Russ, I think, a week or two or a month or two after getting Kyle in on it. So it was like Sons of Erebus now is perfect. Like we are such a solid unit. And oh, here's a sneaky one for you. There's EP release shortly. So
There we go. This one,
yeah, so we finished that one up, and we're going back into the studio soon to record our album. But Sons of Erebus is going strong. It's definitely like it's up there. It's up there with Realm of Thorns. Is something that I love doing. Is they're my after Cindy, they're my two loves. That one.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I got you. Dude, everyone can go catch Sons of Erebus this Friday at the Ritual as well. We got a few quickfire questions for you. Favorite Adelaide venue to catch a heavy gig at?
Oh, favorite Adelaide venue. I reckon Fowler's or Lion Arts. Yeah.
Classic.
It's holds a spot in my heart from 2006 onwards.
Yeah, definitely caught some great venues there as well. Most underrated band in the local scene right now.
Oh, underrated.
Yeah. We got a few. I know. Just like,
there's so many. Actually, Sarcophagus, I reckon, slightly underrated. Like they definitely deserve to be a bit more recognised than they are. Like great bunch of lads, and their music is fucking incredible. Like that's another one. If you can catch the Ritual, that's they're incredible.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've caught them live before, and they are a great bunch of dudes. Looking forward to catching them again. One Aussie band you could book anyone if you could book them, dude. If you had an infinite budget,
I'd say I think we're on the same page.
Look at you, dude.
Alchemist.
Dude. How good is Alchemist, man? I remember going back into veranda music. I'm telling my age now in Adelaide. You'd know that place years ago. I went in there, I think I was about 18, and I seen the Alchemist CD, and I was like, oh, this is some cool artwork, got it, and just was blown away. And I've gone back to it again and been playing it and walking, or even for driving on the bus. It's just, Alchemist is just the best for walking or in your car. You just get, it's probably not a good thing. You get totally lost. And I was like messaging someone, and I'm like, you got one Alchemist song before I reply.
Oh yeah, no, but Alchemist would be amazing. But I mean, that list is huge. Like
Levitation Hex, the singer from Alchemist, in that I caught them. Like, I never caught Alchemist live, unfortunately, but I did catch a Levitation Hex. That was pretty cool as well. And the dude from Alarum was in that as well. Such it's like almost 3 degrees of separation, isn't it? In the Australian metal scene.
Well, it's like half the time I think of a band to chuck on a bill, I have to get on a Facebook to see if they're still active or if I'm living in the past.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we could put on a festival with all our favorite bands, man, like Adelaide bands, it would just be like it's not achievable because half of them don't exist anymore. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just too many. But
I take my hat off to promoters like you, and especially like people like Northie, who's just kind of spread the froth and fury over to Perth as well. And he's like, he put something on, he's got 500 messages hitting him up all over the place, and he's growing it to where he's growing. He's done such a great job doing that as well. Like, but that's through the sheer support of everyone getting along and supporting the promoters from the bottom up, especially guys like yourself.
Well, we every now and then we message Northie regarding something, whether it be Sons of Erebus or something that we got on, and we're just like, the message always starts with, "When you're free, man." Like,
I know. Such an awesome guy, dude, like with Truth Corroded and with everything he done. Like, I didn't, like, same thing when I started doing all this media stuff, no one knew me, and just like go along to shows, I'm Jai with Crank, and fucking who are you? Like, fucking, and then I was lucky that like bands and promoters and labels like give me that foot in the door, and people like Northie did as well. Like when I'm going to come along and write reviews, I'll just buy a fucking camera, and didn't have any idea of what I was doing. Like, it just people like him would give me a shot, and through that,
Yeah.
it's able to grow into what I'm doing now as well.
Yeah. No, well, that's like,
Same with us, with
yeah,
the people in the scene. You know, like Thrashy, he's been amazing.
yeah.
as well.
Thrashy's been like
We have such a good scene.
Yeah, I mean, Thrashy took a chance on us for our first festival, so it's like, you know, so
Took a chance on no one.
yeah, and he's
you.
always helpful. Like if we're doing something like blood sacrifice or something, he's always like gives us pointers and stuff. So, the flyer for blood sacrifice is actually McEwen hooked us up with Matt Smale. He's the one who did that. He's his
An artist.
So shout out to Matt there. That shit's amazing.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, like we try to like carry our own, be our own, like you know, like get it off our own back and stuff like this. But the metal community is just so they're so giving, they're so helpful. Like there's never been a time where we haven't had someone to help or someone offer help with stuff. Like we've always got people who just reach out to if we need help with say backline or sound or you know, and we love that. We love that people.
Such a community. It's great.
Yeah, we love that everyone wants to help out to make it amazing. Like I mean, even like Cindy has her own small batch merch business that you might have seen, Medusa's Den. So you know, she's got small amounts of merch for cheap that so bands don't have to slog out $1,500 for shirts. They can spend $100 and get, you know, a bunch of random things to sell at gigs and make up the money to afford those shirts. So yeah, we're very lucky in Adelaide to have such a caring scene, like one that they're considerate of everyone.
We've also got some last quickfire one. We've also got some great food spots as well. Best show after show food spot to hit after a gig, dude.
Well, our go-to is usually Macca's, but every time we do a show, I'm always like Bakery on O'Connell.
Yeah.
Bakery on O'Connell's the joint. Go in there, jalapeno brisket pie, man, fucking perfect.
Yeah.
But
usually, like it's only Macca's is one of the few things open.
Macca's is one of the few ones open. I know.
But yeah, or get home and have a Vegemite sandwich, you know.
Yeah, when you're just too tired.
Just be like, I could sit in the car for 20 minutes or I could just fucking get home and have a Vegemite and cheese sandwich.
Nothing like Vegemite. I went to America last year and I sent over some Vegemite to a friend of mine so when I got there I could make them all fucking Vegemite toast.
And you did it properly as well, not like an inch thick and then everyone...
No, I didn't want to stitch them up. Like I was really good about it. I'm like, look, when Americans come over, or Yanks come over, we like to fucking stitch them up with lots and lots of Vegemite. Like we're giving it away to all the Americans who've stuck this far. And like I said, but I'm not doing that because we don't. A fucking nice spread of butter. I like my butter. Spread of Vegemite. They all liked it. The kids didn't like it because it wasn't sweet enough. They used to everything having fucking sugar or something in it over there. But okay, guys, last words about the show. Why everyone got to head along?
What was that, sorry?
Last words about the show. Why has everyone got to head along? I know why.
The bands, but
to support a new venue.
A new venue. Yeah. Like this is the first major metal show put on at this venue. They've only been around for 12 months. If this one turns out to be profitable for them and everyone's respectful and good at the venue, then there opens up opportunities to do more there. But I mean, absolutely go and support the bands, every single one of them, from Ungrass to Frankenbock. Like, you know, pack yourself a Vegemite sandwich and come in for a fucking stint of 12 hours of metal.
Or if not, it's on Hindley Street. There's plenty of venues that get a feed.
But yeah, like $30 for 15 bands, man. Like it's $2 a band. But I mean, you know, it's not just the bands we support as well. It's like, you know, got to think, it's like, you know, Corno, Benny from Benny's Light and Sound, our photographer, good mate of ours, Tom from Smoke No Fire. He was doing a whole 12-hour stint there. You know, like it's definitely about being a community and, you know, showing up for the future.
Yeah,
like showing up and making it something for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you guys are like. Everything you're doing goes back into the scene. This is all about supporting the local metal scene and supporting the Adelaide scene that we have here. And to keep it strong and thriving, we've all got to fucking support you guys and people like you guys putting these shows on. And that doesn't mean Adelaide waiting till the last 5 minutes to buy these fucking tickets, because you end up like this is a promoted tour, you know, it's a way, dude. So getting along and buying tickets early, and I know Adelaide, you're synonymous for doing it. Yeah, buying these.
That the first blood sacrifice, do you remember this? Is the night before we were like, oh God, what's happening? Because we had only sold 30 tickets.
Yeah.
The night before, and we're just like, oh my God, like we can't do this. We have to bail on the show.
Yeah.
But we decided not to, and then we ended up with nearly 200 through the door. But just 30 tickets sold at fucking midnight on the night before, and we were shitting bricks, man. Like,
that's the thing, though, with the local community gets along, supports you turn around and put on a bigger event next time, and you're able to go, oh yeah, okay, and that went well. Now we're able to fucking get a couple more bands and do a couple of extra things. But to do that, it's like we've all got to lift each other up. Like I was saying before, we've all got to get behind each other and do our little bit to fucking keep this scene strong.
Well, yeah, like Cindy said, is we have another one in the on the drawing board at the moment. So if this one goes well, then that one starts up. You know, then
hopefully give blood sacrifice a sibling.
And then we'll then run two together. So it's so the more that turns out, the more that goes back in. But you know, like, man, we put on what we want to see. We think that other people want to see as well. So it's like, let's just be a community, get together, smash some beers, bang our heads, and just listen to fucking Frankenbach. You know, all of them, every single band.
Come and say hi to us too. We like it when people come up and say hi.
Yeah, come say hi.
If we don't know who you are, if you recognise us, come and say hi, because we love that.
And I get all like, if I don't know people, I won't come up and say hi.
I know, I do the same thing. I'm
like, I know that person, but I don't know their name. I'll just walk away.
We can be a bit shy sometimes, but no, we love it when people come up and say good day.
Yeah. No,
I'm tiny. I can hide in a corner. No worries. Massive thanks, Ethan, Cindy, for taking some time to talk about all the hard work you guys pour into the Adelaide metal scene. If you're in SA or in Australia in general, or even over fucking seas, you can still jump on a plane and come here. You don't want to miss these shows. June 13th, The Ritual, Unit 3. Then backing up June 14th, Blood Sacrifice 2 at TIA Live. 15 bands, $30. It's a stack weekend of underground metal you don't want to miss. Support your scene, support the band, support the people behind it, making it all possible. I'll chuck in ticket links and info. You can jump over to their Facebook page, their Realm of Thorns, find all the details over there. Guys, last word, shout outs, thank yous are all on you.
Oh man, like, shout out to the Adelaide metal community, like fucking G-Bop guys for doing the most ridiculous promos we've ever seen.
It's amazing.
Fucking Corno for carrying the metal scene. Tom Faulty Robot for always taking out our photos. Yeah, always showing our best sides. Just fucking Unit 3 for taking a risk on black metal and death metal. Tia Live for being awesome. Depeche fucking taking a risk on a 15-band fucking metal show. You, of course, Jai. And just keep an eye out for what we got coming next. We got Realm of Horrors, our Halloween show, which a Halloween show.
Much anticipated.
Yeah, it involves a Halloween display that takes a car, a trailer, and a second car to take transport. So it's going to be massive. Yeah, keep an eye out on Realm of Thorns for the Secret Squirrel news coming up. Keep an eye out for Sons of Erebus, Drenched in Plague. And yeah, big shout out to everyone who's willing to take a risk on us. And we hope we live up to what you're all expecting.
Yeah.
Damn straight. That and more. Cheers, legends.
Thank
See you,
you.
mate.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jai That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.